The old joke was always think about baseball in other situations of nocturnal activities.
Sure.
Literally, you're thinking about baseball to calm yourself down.
Yes, there you go.
You might be the first person I've ever heard actually admit to this being a strategy. Because really, this should be exasperating you. Your heart rate should be elevated thinking about, the damnation of the the squad that you've acquired there. The assets that are untradeable. The owner sticking his head in the sand.
Anybody you can. Anybody you can go. I tell you, two guys. Christian Scott, because he looks like he's going to be really good. He's a young pitcher. And Francisco Alvarez. That's it. Those are the only two guys. If you turn the entire team over, I'd be fine with that. I'd be absolutely fine with that.
You'd be fine if they got rid of those other two guys too.
No.
Someone else will fit in the suit too.
Jason, if you want to calm down and relax, you can just load on your Walkman Ohtani's crack of the bat on his home run.
No, that's okay. That's the crack of the bat that ended the Mets season and turned it into an embarrassment.
Dude, your season was over.
That was the one that did it?
What?
Come on now. Now who's saying foolish things?
Well, no. What happened after that? The next pitch after that started this whole thing. He gave up the home run to Ohtani, which is what pissed him off. And then the first pitch to Freddie Freeman check swing. No, it was a home run to Ohtani. There was an opposite field home run. It's 9-3. Everybody's booing. The next pitch is a check swing by Freddie Freeman, and that starts everything. Tossed out by the umpire. Throw my glove in the stands. I play for the worst team in Major League Baseball. I don't know what else to say.
No, this is just the next act.
Oh, man. I'll tell you.
It's a long play, man. This is Shakespearean stuff going down here.
You think this is bad, Jason? Just wait for the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude. That's all I have is the Jets, man. Stop. You can't take that from me. I'm at the point where I am now breaking down Aaron Rodgers' OTA passer rating from day to day. Hey, he had a really good day. 11 out of 13, 3 touchdowns. Not as great today. The Jets were 0 for 4 in the red zone. Lazard had a big drop because that's what I do in the morning. I'm following the OTAs. Lazard had a drop, not that great, but still, Rodgers was all right. No, this is what I have, man. I have the Jets.
Until you don't.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true.
Snap 5.
Now, speaking of the Jets, this is a positive, and it's not just about the Jets, it's about the player. And this is a great story because this talks about, this is perseverance for a player who was one of the most exciting young players in the game and then couldn't stay healthy. After 4 years away and 3 injuries that could have ended his career, the Jets signed former Bears running back Tarik Cohen. And
one of my favorites. He's as tall as I am.
This is, yeah, exactly. A little bit faster than you, though. He's a little bit faster.
Just a little bit, even with multiple surgeries and everything and comebacks. Still just a little bit faster.
But let's have an appreciation moment for him. Just first of all, and he's a guy everybody knows because everybody who plays fantasy knows Tarik Cohen. When he came on the scene, how many leagues are you in where people used all their free agent money to get him, right? Because his first game, he had like a 73-yard touchdown or something like that.
Big time
in his very first game.
Was active in the passing game. Yeah, he was a guy that suddenly had some great value.
He was someone who was a great PPR running back flex for like 3 years. Like, he was a solid 10. He wasn't someone that you had that suddenly, oh man, he's my RB2 or he could be an RB1. No, but he was someone who, he's in my flex position. I could play him during bye weeks because he caught a ton of passes out of the backfield. He was an exciting player. He was going to be one of the next great players for the Bears. And again, I know the world is filled with a lot of those guys. But then he just couldn't stay healthy. 3 different injuries. Tried to come back after 2020. He couldn't. Try to come back after 2021. He couldn't. Try to come back after 2022. He got hurt again. I think that's when he tore his Achilles in a workout. And he finally made it back to the NFL last year, but he never got on the field. He was never activated for a game. And now here he is as a guy who could potentially contribute for the Jets because, look, you're looking for a third down running back. I mean, you drafted 1,000 guys, which I don't really get, but okay. Breece Hall, someone that's going to need a breather. You want somebody who can return kicks now that things are a little bit different with the kicking kicking rules, and now Tarik Cohen may have a little bit of value, but it's really fun to root for him because, again, 4 years go by. If you don't do something for 4 years, do you really have that desire to really say, I still can make it happen? I mean, at some point you say, I did it. I went as far as I could, and I went further, and it's just not going to happen. So I got to give up. I got to move on to something else. And instead, here's Tarik Cohen now in his late 20s trying to get back on the field after 3 bad injuries, and here he is with a chance to make the Jets not only that, but have a pretty decent role as a third down back, sort of kick returner. I mean, this is just a phenomenal story for this kid.
Yeah, I think some of it comes down to, in anything you're doing, you got that last-ditch effort, right? All right, I'm going to give it one more go. And if you... a football player, basketball player, I mean, how many guys do you talk to that still get a little bit of that thirst when training camp comes around? Now, they realize physically that's long gone in the past and whatever, but there's still that camaraderie, the locker room, all those things that players say. It's hard to leave that life and transition to the next thing. So if you're Tarik Cohen and you see how much the running back position gets cycled through guys that get shots, guys that we have questions, why did they never, right? Why did this guy coming out of college get a cup of coffee and never be seen again? It's a position that if you can just find one staff, one general manager, one scout that believes in you, you get a puncher's chance to make your mark. And root for him as we get into training camp and everything else. And no guarantees in that business, no matter how good you may be, right? A lot of head-scratching roster decisions through the years, but you always want to see a guy be able to at least go out quasi on their own terms. You know what I mean? As opposed to, all right, injuries just felled him. Like if physically he's just not there anymore, then you'll find out pretty quick for your Jets because you've got running backs on the roster, but an opportunity to potentially be a part of a team that could be pretty good. And I say could be because everybody else is anointing them, and I don't want to build your hopes up, buddy, particularly because we've been talking about the demise of your other team all night.
I know. But look,
so I can't go out the other way and start building you up for this one.
But look, but here's the thing, is that this is what it's going to be for the Jets this year, right? Last year, they were the talk of the offseason with Aaron Rodgers, right? And the build-up to the season was immense. I mean, I thought the earth was going to split in half. He's carrying the flag out for the game against the Bills. And, oh, my God, this is what we've been building for the last 5 or 6 months since Rodgers got traded finally. And then it's over after 4 plays, right? So it's going to be a summer where there are more storylines than just Rodgers. Because Rodgers overwhelmed everybody last year, right? With it. It just was. He's overwhelmed everybody the last 3 years with all his, should I leave Green Bay? Do I not? What do I do? Do I stay? I don't know. And it overwhelmed everybody. But now you're going to have other big storylines that you follow. Yes, Rodgers with the Jets is going to be a big storyline, but all the new quarterbacks and new places are going to be big stories because they're all going to get a chance to start. Kirk Cousins is going to be a story. The Cowboys will always be a story, right? Russell Wilson, there's going to be so much attention there. But when the season begins and Aaron Rodgers is healthy, that will become the number one story in the NFL again. It's like we got to hold our breath a little bit and wait and say, okay, let's let him get to the season. Let's let him get through a game and see where we're at. But once he's on the field and he's playing and he's not injured, knock wood, then the Jets will take over as the biggest story. And all these other stories that are big, they'll still be big, but Jets and Rodgers will move past them. But until then, it's going to be part of the other stuff just because we got burned on it last year. There was so much looking forward to it, and then he was hurt. So it's going to be, that's the way the summer's going to go. But then in the fall, he's healthy, he's playing, because if the Jets are great, it's an unbelievable story. If the Jets stink, it's an unbelievable story.
Now remember,
if they're middle of the road, it's an unbelievable story. Is this it for Aaron Rodgers? So you just got to wait. As long as he is playing, they will ascend to be that story.
I got to say, last year, the only person that really looked forward to it was you.
Exactly.
I mean, we were both. I'll speak for Frostberg here. We were kind of done before that first or fifth snap.
Yeah, okay. You guys might have been, but remember, we do the show for everybody else. We don't do the show for you guys. I don't do the show for you guys.
Well, they were I think America was kind of done with it too.
I don't.
But hate watching is a real thing, so you got that going.
They were.
You just wait till he runs out of the tunnel with the Russian flag this year.
That would be the best heel turn he could make.
He Nikolai Volkovs it, and he grabs the microphone and starts singing the Russian national anthem.
Yeah, but you know what? But I want to see if he. But when he goes to sing it in week 2, does he use the same lyrics or does he get creative like Volkov did?
Just
yeah, I'm kind of along the same vein.